Hey everybody, Average Jeff here, average runner for over 10 years, and today I'm giving you a shoe review. A shoe that you might not know about, but I think you should. And at this price, it's worth a review. If you are one of those people that do not mind wearing last year's model or even maybe the year before that, but want a super great deal and discount, this is a great website to go to and check it out. Running Warehouse. So today I'm reviewing the Saucony Zealot ISO Fit 2. That's a classic looking running shoe. Let me tell you about all the features about this shoe before I go out and try them on. So about a month ago I did a video on the Saucony Triumph and I really liked that shoe. And when I started looking at that shoe, the Zealot came up. And I thought, why is this shoe not getting the same attention as a Triumph? Because when you started comparing the two, they're really twinsies. Now maybe not identical, but let's call them fraternal. These shoes are really, let's say, kissing cousins. So it's like when you go buy a car. One guy gets one set of features, one guy gets another set of features or options, and guess what? The cars look a little bit different. That's the same thing between this and the Triumph. So I'm going to compare the two, and I'll link up here my Triumph video so you can check that one out as well. But what made me get the Zealot 2s? $50. Yeah, you can go out and spend 140, 150 bucks on a brand new set of Zealot 3s or Triumph 3s, or you can go and wear last used models for 50 bucks, and guess what? There really isn't all that much change that would warrant an extra 100 bucks. At least in my book. Any dollar I can save, especially $100, if that's what I can save, I'm gonna do it. But first, let's go over the specs of these shoes. So first, let's talk about ISOFIT. So what is ISOFIT? So ISOFIT is actually these overlays that go over the midfoot to hold your foot in place. Now the difference between this and the Triumph, first I'll say, is the overlays are broader on this. They're much smaller. They kind of cut them down on the Triumph, but it didn't save on the weight, which is interesting, and I'll get that to in a moment. A lot of people really like this new ISOFIT with the Saucony shoe. Now another thing the Zealot has is it has a little more of these overlays, both in the front and the back. The new Triumph that I tried on kind of went more for the mesh material. I would also like to say that, interesting enough, even with all this extra, where again, it doesn't make the shoe weigh more. So both the Triumph and the Zealots, the toe box is not a super wide toe box. I would say if you have an average foot to a narrow foot, you're not going to have a problem with either shoe, especially not these. When I tried them on, I am fine with these. But if you have a wider foot, these shoes might cause some irritation on the outer parts of your toes or the buttons of your feet. So also with these Zealots, because I talk about the broader overlays and some of these overlays here and this almost plasticky feeling on the heel cup, this will be a little more structured in the midfoot and the uppers than the Triumph would be, which is more mesh. So if you like a little more structure in the midfoot, these are probably a better shoe to go to. That does not mean that this gives you a more stable ride. Actually, on the contrary, the Triumphs, even though these are both neutral running shoes, the Triumphs will actually give you a little more stability if you're looking for that. But because both these are neutral runners, as I am a neutral runner, that really doesn't play any importance to me. I'm not looking for stability, so these are actually just as good as the Triumph if you are a true neutral runner and don't need stability. Now what I like about the Zealots and both the Triumphs 3s is that they're both cushy in the fact that not only are they cushy in the heel, but they're actually cushy in the forefoot, which I like. So as me, who definitely prefers a maximal cushion shoe, that is great. And if you want to go something a little less than your Hoka Hokas, like I tend to run in a lot of the times, and you still want a maximal shoe but maybe get a little more speed and responsiveness, this is a good alternative, and that's why I got these, besides for the price. The difference between the Zealot and the Triumph is these Zealots actually sit a little bit closer to the ground, a little bit lower than the Triumphs. They both have the same amount of cushion, and from what I read in testing, the cushioning on the ground, or the response of the cushioning on the ground, is actually the same. But these actually do make you sit a little lower to the ground if you like that feeling. And the offset is a big thing for me. So if you like less of an offset, this states that it's at a 4mm offset. From what I can tell from most I read, it's more like a 6, and the Triumphs claim that they're an 8mm offset, but it's actually more like 10.5. So if you want a little more neutral plane, and you want to sit a little lower to the ground, but at the same time have the same cushioning, this is the way to go. So it always makes me wonder, why is the Triumph so popular, but the Zealot is not? I can't understand it. It just maybe is due to marketing. I don't know. And another interesting thing is, the more I research Zealots, I find the Zealots very popular in Latin countries. So if you're looking for a shoe with a very soft, smooth, flexible ride, you can't go wrong with either one. The dual cushion midsole, like I said, it claims 4mm offset on the back. It's a good looking shoe. The one thing that I do have to say is, everybody says that you need to get the Zealots 1/2 size larger. They don't fit. I usually never listen to that and always buy my true size. But in these, they are cut a tad bit short, so I did go up a 1/2 size, and I'm happy I did. Take that into consideration, because for me, I really needed that, or my toes would have been bumping up against the front of the shoe. So that being said, this and the Triumph, kissing cousins, fraternal twins, they are so similar. The only real difference is maybe a look of the shoe, and like I said, I got this for $50. You can't go wrong with that. And after I have a couple run in these, I scored a goal. No, I scored big time on these guys, if it's truly the kissing cousin fraternal twin of the Triumph ISO 3. Nice. So far, so good. These guys are keepers. Yeah, that was a good run. So let me tell you, everything I was concerned about with these shoes are just washed away. Plenty of room in the toe box, nice cushioned heel, heel doesn't slip at all, nice cushion in the heel and the forefoot, just like I said earlier. Really nice run. I like these a lot. These are definitely going to be a part of my arsenal. So if you guys can find these at the price that I found these, definitely consider these. Nice shoe. So until the next time, guys, if you have any more questions about these, just put them in my comments. Subscribe, like, and until the next time, see you guys. Average Jeff out. I'm going for another run. Wow.